Welcome to the Franklin Method Fellowship. Today, we're going to show you some exercises for the feet. And I love these, especially before you get moving, get walking, any type of exercise that you're going to do. I find these very beneficial. How about you, Solange? Do you find it beneficial?
Yes, and I find that everyone I show these exercises to really gets addicted to them. Like I taught them to my dad, and now he tells everyone to buy the Franklin Method balls and that they have to do these exercises.
That's so cute. Place the ball underneath the middle part of your foot and have your heel touching the floor. And then you're going to switch and have your toes touching the floor. So it's kind of like a seesaw going back and forward and back and forward. And I also like to think about the bones that are attached to each other. You have two bones coming down from the leg, and they are connecting to what's called the talus. So the talus is wider in the front. So that means when the foot is in this position, pointed towards you, that those two bones have to separate. I really like picturing that when I'm doing this part of the exercise. So again, it's point and flex and point and flex. Kind of like a seesaw balancing over the fulcrum. And this helps to improve flexibility in the feet. And next, we're going to go side to side. So heel on the floor, and then bring your foot over to the outside of your foot and to the inside of your foot. But I am going to tell you, when I first started doing this, I could only go about that far. My foot wasn't very flexible then, but now I easily can go to the side of each part of the foot. So it's kind of like a windshield wiper, going side to side, right? Swish, 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 swish. And how about a soapy windshield wiper compared to one with water or rain beating down? Ooh, that has a different sensation for me. Nice. Okay. Then the next one is putting weight on the forefoot. So the ball is right under the forefoot, and you put your weight into it and step on it. And again, step on it. And I like to think about the metatarsal bones that are kind of like the long rays of the middle part of your foot, that they're just spreading apart like a pancake. And sometimes this would be more advanced, but sometimes I'll even take a step forward like that and a step back. So you could try that out if you feel like your balance is safe enough. I do each of these about 10 times, and sometimes I count, sometimes I just use my imagination.
Mhm.
And next, we're going to put it underneath, right in the middle of the foot. So this is where the tarsal bones are. And this is where I find a lot of people have more restriction in their foot. So this actually determines whether or not they can pronate or supinate efficiently. And so here again, you could step forward and step back and step forward and step back, just like you do when you're walking. But again, only do that if you feel your balance is really safe or holding on to something. And now for the heel is really important because so there's two feet bones. You've got the calcaneus and the talus. And when you step on the calcaneus, it's giving your talus some proprioception. So proprioception is the calcaneus, proprioception is the talus, and then you just step on it. This one, I don't recommend stepping forward unless you're holding on to something. The green balls might feel easier for these types of exercises. The green balls are meant for the feet. Personally, I prefer the orange ones. And next is my favorite, and that's where we're going to slide the ball forward and back. So you're pushing it forward and back, and basically you're massaging the bottom of your feet or your foot. This one, when I start doing it, I think, all right, I'm only going to do it 10 times, but I love it so much, I just keep going. It feels so good. There. All right, now take your foot off the ball and just notice your posture, first of all. And how does that leg feel that you did it on that side? My breathing even feels different. And I just feel so strong on the right leg that I just did. What do you notice, Solange?
I can really feel a connection to a tripod in the foot. So I can feel the heel and then the pinky toe and the big toe,
Mm,
where compared to the other side, it kind of everything feels a little more scrunched up. So this
yeah.
side feels nice and spread out.
Nice.
And my shoulder and my arm also feels more relaxed.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so let's check out our shoulders. Ooh, I like that movement. And I always like to check the hamstrings. So there's definitely more hamstring length on my right side that I just did. And also balance. Definitely improved balance on the right
Yeah,
side. Well,
yeah,
let's do the left side. All right. Ball in the middle of the foot, underneath, heel on the ground, and we're going to point and flex. So remembering, thinking of a seesaw or some sort of a balance beam where you have a fulcrum in the middle and it's going from side to side, kind of a teeter-totter. And really feel that stretch on the top of my foot too. Feels so nice. There's so many ligaments that are attached to the bones there. And just think of those ligaments being kind of like taffy that they're lengthening as you point and then shortening as you flex. And next we're going to go side to side. So again, remember, if you can only do this much, just let it be like that. Nothing should be forced. And then eventually you'll find that you can rotate more. Again, thinking of this like a windshield wiper. All right. And then place the ball under your forefoot and step up. So basically, I'm just taking all my weight off the right leg while I'm putting weight into the left leg and squishing that ball and squish, flattening it out and flattening out the metatarsal bone so that it's more like a pancake. This one always feels so good too. And think about all the fascia that's underneath the foot and how people get plantar fasciitis, right? This would be so good for that. I know it feels good for me. And then middle of the foot, same thing. This is where there's nice thick bands of fascia underneath the foot. And you're just letting them relax as you step on them and relax. Let go and let go. And if you want to try stepping forward, you can. And next, the heel, great proprioception. into the calcaneus and the talus, even up into the tibia. And maybe a little arm swing as you do it. I find that relaxes my arms more. Good. And now let's roll the ball forward and back and forward and back. And can you imagine all the proprioceptors that are in the bottom of our feet as we're doing this, getting stimulated? So proprioception actually refers to our body's awareness in space. And there's different type of proprioceptors under our skin. So they're sensory organs that we stimulate with brushing, tapping, shaking. And so right now we're doing a lot of more like a brushing type of movement. All right, take your foot off the ball. Wow, notice your posture. Solange, how does that feel?
I feel nice and centered. I feel like I have good support from my legs. My chest feels open.
What I noticed the most was I feel like my heart is so big. I feel it, chest being open. That's a good way to explain it. But it just feels so open right in the center. I feel strong and empowered in my legs. Feel like I'm ready to take on that walk or that hike up the hill.
Me too.
Well, thank you for joining us for the Franklin Method Fellowship on the feet. We enjoy having you here and hope that you enjoy this movement practice as well. Bye.